the holy grail of trading is market structure, and that's all there is to it. And you can see it on the line chart. Can't see it on the candles. And if you can't see it on the candles, then you're just amazing. You have an amazing ability to filter out the story. And the problem with candles is it's a story. It's three marching angels. It's four blind soldiers. It's Hamari. Oh, the most, this is one that cracked me up. The most profitable candlestick pattern is the engulfing pattern. Yeah, if you wrote it, if you're waiting for the engulf to engulf and then you're getting on that train, unless it's a low range engulf, if it's a giant engulf, you're risking so much. If you're going to get in on a stop entry with a stop, I'm still not understanding the stop entry. Unless it's on a 5-minute chart, then it makes total sense to get on a stop entry. Like, let's take a look here at the well, here, let's take a look at the candle chart and how it just is the most awful thing for anybody to that isn't maybe a girl. Girls love candles. I just, wow, is so wrong in so many ways. This pattern here, the structure here, there's too much story. I mean, this is literally like War and Peace, right? I mean, look at this: three marching angels, two bearish, dungleberries. I mean, it's really just, if you're going to write a book about that, it kind of reminds me of Scientology. Like, you have to get to the next level. Well, that's going to cost you, Yeah, open your wallet, buddy, because it'll get you to the next level here. And the people online showing how to trade. The naked trader guy. Who's this naked trader guy, right? There's this naked trader guy I was just watching. Walter Peters wrote a book. He's selling a book. How to get in the market. Guy's getting in on stops. Are you serious? You're getting in on stops. Wow. Oh, boy. Really? Well, can't you just tell the robot to do those trades? If that really worked, I'm so sorry, it doesn't. If that really worked, you would just tell the robot, when you see a doji, do this. When you see a bearish engulf, do that. If a rule system was going to make you money, it can't. It can't. I mean, well, I shouldn't say it can't make you money, but your rule system is so elaborate. The filter, right? In other words, it's not just, is it an engulfing thing? It's like, well, if you're in a wave within a wave, right? If this is coming down, and this took, say, 20 hours for this market to come down here, the question is, did you ride this down, or are you going to buy when it reaches its structure limit here, which you can see when you turn the line chart on? In other words, if it's ricocheting off this bottom, because bottoms become tops and tops become bottoms, then are you getting in on the, are you selling this, or did you buy down here and this is where you're going to get out? And if you got out here and you reversed, wouldn't that just be the best trade in the world? Well, why not? Why wouldn't you do that trade, right? Well, you wouldn't do that trade for a lot of reasons. Some of them being that if you're running an MACD or you're running a stochastics and you're looking for a particular pattern to show up there that has a high probability, and then you're going to you're only going to take on what does that. But the market doesn't really have a sense of time. It has a huge sense of price, but no sense of time. In fact, all of this, like for instance, this move here where we're here right now, as you can see the spread, we're trading right in this major pivot that from 3 weeks ago, right? So we're starting to build this week's story. And I'm sure that on the candlestick, if I went to a daily or weekly candle, we'd be telling a story that could be a little bit more digestible, because instead of a million stories, like when you turn these candles on, and if I see one more person run their chart like this, they literally have like this much data, like, wow. And you really, you got to realize there's a doji down here, there's dojis in here. I mean, look at that. How in God's green earth is anybody trading this with the concept that this is somehow some Elliott wave thing here, or this is somehow, oh, this is 5 marching warriors and this is abandoned baby? Wow, for the love of Pete, really? I mean, this is literally a 200 pip redistribution phase in Wyckoff terms. And if you turn on the line chart, wow, look at this. Beautiful triple bottom, an explosion back up in here. But just look at that, just constant. When you turn the wicks on, though, this is the difficult part. People are thinking about putting a buy stop up there. Now, mind you, this is a 4-hour chart, so in the daily you're getting trapped into a stop entry there. Wow. Wow. Okay, so here we are right now. What's the trade tonight? What's the trade this week? Well, I'm always buying, so I love watch market go up. So I'm looking for entries on the long side. Let's try to get this back to the same sync rate as the above chart. So this is the line chart. This line chart above too. So the line chart above has one add-on. I added the range. This is a zero bias range, whereas if you put the candles on, you're going to see the bias here real quick, and it's basically this is a bearish engulf with a shadow. This is the entry for the guy, the naked trader. This is his entry according to his rule set, which is just the most ridiculous thing in the world. Of course, maybe he's got a filter for some. Maybe he's got a filter in there. At least the moving average guys have a filter. Like this has no filter. It's like walking around and just swearing all the time, right? So his thing is the shadow engulf. Well, this qualifies shadow engulf. So he puts a sell stop 1 pip below that bar, and he's got his buy stop. Well, I guess he's winning. What am I talking about, right? But look at his risk. In other words, he got filled here to the short side, and look, he's up. Was he up on? Well, he was up here. If he got on that shadow, he's up. And I'm talking about he's selling this. He is selling that. We're in a giant downtrend, right? I'm sure that even if he was running moving average, his 100-day moving average is below. There's this other guy talking about inside the market trade. He's inside the inside world of Forex. There's nothing inside. It's inside your head, man. Okay, now, so you got filled there and you put a stop up here. You put a stop up here, and I just like white knuckling, like, okay, so you put a stop up here. You're risking this much to make that much. Really? Stop entry, huh? Okay, I'll stop entry on this guy. Yeah, that's my trade right there. All day long. Right there. I'm overpaying, right? And I guess this would be entry confirmation upon entry, right? But no, I'm buying right here. I'm buying here. I am buying below there. I'm buying all day long, right? I'm buying when they stop these guys out. In fact, here was today's entry, right? This top here became a bottom. You don't see that unless you go to a structure of a 15-minute chart. So we'll just go to pure structure trading here in the 4-hour, because that's what this guy, the naked trader guy's 4-hour chart. But look what we got sitting here. If you had a buy stop here, right? I mean, a buy limit here, don't know where's the market breaks out. You didn't miss the train, pulls back, you get filled. Same story here. What's happening right now is you're getting in on this, right? So you're getting in here, getting in right now. Now you're putting a buy stop above this. I just can't. I just cringe every time. And I mean, how long has this been going on, right? How long have people been talking about getting in on a stop? I mean, I was at a seminar 20 years ago, guys sitting there, and then, you know, I look at the chart and I thought, well, you know, this like the guy that says, look at this big sell-off. We're looking for a place to sell. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a sell stop here, and to protect myself, because I would never, you know, like do anything bad. And look at all the money I made. Wow, amazing, right? But the guy that has a buy limit here, because you can see that this is a support zone, and if you turn on the wicks, he didn't get filled. No harm, no foul on that bounce there, right? And even if you try to do it off the tops, right, you still didn't get filled. Like if you had a buy, tops become bottoms. And this is a conceptual thing. It's not an entry because you have it in Gulf. That is not a top becoming a bottom. There's no structure in an engulfing pattern. There's no structure in a doji unless you take that doji and you drill all the way down and discover there's a subtle top become a bottom inside of that, and it's a triangle Typically a doji is a triangle of some magnitude. If you were to blow up this right here, you take what's going on right now and you turn on the line chart, and then you drill down to the next time frame to look for the triangle. You're looking for the most the next top bottom is the 1 hour. You know, unless you're on MetaTrader 5 and you can do all these, you know, make your own time frames, but just to keep things from you wanting to you know, drink heavily and all that stuff that happens, right? Look at the 1 hour top bottom. We've taken some of the wick out because when you go to that time frame, but you see how this would be a very difficult decision to make because I've got 5 marching monkeys here, you know, and I got some dojis here. But what does that mean? Did I have my sell stop here and it just got trapped up in the trade? Got to turn these candles the hell off. You're missing the most critical thing that's happening right now as you go into the Asian session. Is you got a baby, top became a bottom. You should be long right now, even if it's only for a scalp up into here. This bottom, right? This bottom. But then you just do a line chart, which you start to see. You start to see entries on the clock that you can trust, that you can put a tight stop on. Think about this trade. Every time this guy pokes up in here, you're selling. Why are you selling? Well, because this is resistance. And this bent part here on the 1 hour, that's probably a top became a bottom on the 15 inside that. And you can be running this, you can be running the tight stop. So you have a stop here. You're selling on the clock. You got to stop on that candle, not the candle before, the candle after. No, on the wick of that candle. You sold here and you put a stop there. They're shadow stops. You're not putting your stop way the hell up there, and you're not getting in at a bad price. You're getting in at resistance. If you can see here that this double bottom became a top. You're selling right there, right at the end of that bar. You're not waiting for the next bar. If you're waiting for the next bar, then you don't understand the structures. And if you don't get the structures, what's the point of trading? Because the market doesn't see time, it sees structure. If I zoom out, the market doesn't know about, see how we revisit this? The market doesn't know about when that happened. It just knows that that is the pivot price. We'll zoom out again. It's like, here, let's go to the 4 hour zoom out here before we run out of tape. In other words, if you go to the daily, look how this this is a big deal here. Okay, for the daily traders, this should be a no-brainer world. The structure on the on the daily is literally like in your face. I mean, it's just hurting you. This bottom become a top here, and this top become a bottom. A little sloppy, but even here it became a bottom. And if you turn on this, you can kind of see the top here. It came back, it tagged you, you're in, right? Because if you closed here, turn on the damn arrow on this thing. The arrows are just, you can only put one arrow at a time. But here's the entry, and turn this. See, the entry's right there. Even though it came down and it hit your entry, here you got in. You made 100 pips at least, right? This is the big contention now, right here. How's this going to play out? Well, you're going to climb out a hole here, going after this double top. You're going to hunt down this double top up here, blow it out. But you want to be in before that. You want to ride it into it, right? I think so. I don't know. Just saying. Here's the 4 hour. And if you go to the 1 hour, okay, I'm running out of tape to complain. But here you can see it better. If you can see right here what I'm saying, as you probe up in there, and your stop could still be at the top of those wicks, right? But those are great. This is a beautiful. I mean, market structure just is so much easier than some wango tango story.